Hello there, my name is Don Fowler and I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Science and Health at Athlone Institute of Technology. What I want to talk to you about today is our new Bachelor of Science degree in Pharmacology, which will be available to apply for via the CAO in December. What is pharmacology? Well, it's the branch of science that concerns itself with the study of how drugs interact with cells, with tissues, and with whole organisms. It also involves the study of how drugs are discovered, where they come from, and their chemical properties. It's a relatively new branch of science in that it originated as recently as the 19th century, and the name of it comes from Greek pharmakos, which means medicine, and logos, which is study. And Oswald Steinberg is generally recognized as the founder of modern pharmacology. So it's linked to other branches of science very, very closely. So pharmacology depends on and relies on a knowledge of chemistry, anatomy, physiology, microbiology, toxicology, genetics, informatics, and biotechnology. So it's very closely connected with other branches of the life sciences. So just to give you an overview of the types of lab science programs that we run at AIT, we offer undergraduate courses in microbiology, biotechnology, bioveterinary science, and pharmaceutical science. And this new course will sit nicely with those other 4 academic programs and will complement them very nicely. The new program has a number of shared modules with those other programs. What do you need to get into the course? Well, if you're a Leaving Certificate candidate, you need a minimum of grade H5 in 2 higher level subjects, plus a minimum of grade 06 in 4 ordinary level subjects. And 2 of these must be mathematics and either English or Irish. The points, the CAO points for this course haven't been determined yet. The points are set by the demand levels, and we won't know what the demand levels are like until we see the application numbers. If you're a mature applicant, up to 4 places will be reserved for mature applicants. Because mature applicants aren't required to meet the minimum entry requirements, we may form part of it. We may interview applicants as part of the application and selection process. And then if you're a QQI candidate, any major QQI level 5 award with 3 distinctions and a pass in, and there's some specific modules listed there, C20139, 5N1833, C20174 or C2017, and our Leaving Cert Maths. So I want to just go through the aims and the objectives of this pharmacology degree. There are 2 aims which I'll go through. The first one is to train research-informed graduate pharmacologists. And the first objective here is to provide training and experiential opportunities into theoretical principles underpinning drug action. And this will include drug use in health and disease, drug receptor theory, pharmacokinetics, how drugs get around the body, and pharmacodynamics, what drugs do to the body, drug effects on physiological and pathophysiological processes, pharmacogenomics, toxicological principles and their application in safety pharmacology, principles of translational research, and experimental medicine. So they're the areas that you will cover, broadly speaking, in the pharmacology degree. The second objective to achieve aim number 1 is to apply pharmacological methodologies used in the identification and understanding of drug action. And this will include analytical methods and statistical tools that are used to interpret pharmacological data. You'll study the scientific method, methods for investigating the pharmacokinetic effect of drugs, drugs as tools in pharmacology research, and then the principles of reduction, refinement, and replacement, the so-called 3 Rs, regarding the use of animals in research. The second aim is to produce graduate pharmacologists with an understanding of the drug discovery and development process and the societal impact of the discipline of pharmacology. And to achieve aim number 2, the objective 3 is to relate pharmacological methods and models to the process of drug discovery and development. And you'll do this by looking at the pivotal role of pharmacology as an element in the multidisciplinary nature of all of the stages of drug discovery and development. You look at clinical trials design principles. You look at the application of pathophysiological knowledge to providing insights into novel drug targets and therapeutic avenues. You look at gene modification techniques as a drug discovery and development tool. You look at commercial drug discovery techniques, drug quality, safety, and efficacy regulations, the effects of drug product formulation on drug substance action, and you look at challenges associated with developing and testing the safety and the effectiveness of new therapeutic approaches. And the fourth objective is to understand the societal impact of pharmacology. So to do this, you look at ethical principles of research, clinical trials, and the use of animals. You look at how pharmacology relates to societal challenges and public health. You look at the impact of pharmacology on patient care with respect to the safe and effective use of medicines, for example, antibiotics. And you will also look at the potential career paths afforded by a pharmacology degree. So if I choose pharmacology, what will I study? Well, it's a 4-year program, and year 1, you will study physics, biology, chemistry, and maths. You'd also study 2 distinct IT-related modules, information technology for scientists and scientific computing. You'd also be given an introduction to pharmacology through team-based learning, and you'll also study a module called Learning and Development for Higher Education. So year 1 is a foundation year which introduces students to scientific principles and methods. The physics, biology, chemistry, those 3 modules have got significant laboratory time. So you'll spend a significant part of your week in a physics lab, a biology lab, or a chemistry lab. In year 2, you will study human anatomy, physiology, and pathophysiology, organic chemistry, analytical techniques, gene technology, biochemistry, mathematics and statistics, and microbiology. So again, these are more advanced modules which build on the first-year modules. So you look at organic chemistry, for example, as a branch of chemistry. You will look at biochemistry as a branch of biology, and also gene technology. So you've begun to specialize in year 2. And then in year 3, you will study quality control and experimental design, practical pharmacology, drug action and molecular pharmacology, chemical mediators and cell signaling, and you will also undertake a significant placement module. I'll talk about that later on. And in your final year, you will study modules anti-infective and anti-cancer drugs, drugs and disease, neuropharmacology, toxicology. You'll study a module that looks at contemporary issues in pharmacology. And in that module, we will be bringing people in from industry to talk about careers in pharmacology and so on. And then you would also undertake a laboratory-based project. So I mentioned placement earlier on. Well, placement occurs in semester 2 of your 3rd year. And the purpose of placement is as follows. You will be placed in a research or a production company or production plant, somewhere where pharmacology is carried out. And in your placement, you will apply theoretical and practical knowledge to the real work environment. You will develop communication skills. You'll work independently and also as part of a team. You will adhere to ethical and professional standards within an industry-based work environment. You will carry out a risk assessment. You will evaluate the interdisciplinary role of the pharmacologist in the biopharmaceutical science industrial setting. And you will reflect on and analyze your own performance, ability, and achievement in the workplace. What will I do with my degree if I do pharmacology? Well, you can either go into further study or directly into employment. If you choose to go into further study, you can go in and study a master's, either a thought master's or a research master's, or start on a PhD program. And this may lead to a career as a medical or a life science research scientist. You can maybe do a professional master's in education and become a secondary school teacher, or some graduates may choose to use their pharmacology degree as an entry point for graduate medicine. If you want to look at employment prospects directly from your degree, well, there are opportunities within pharmaceutical companies as a toxicologist, as a clinical research associate, as within the Health Products Regulatory Authority, the HPRA, within the ever increasing and expanding biotechnology sector, and also in the chemical safety and toxicology industry. Thank you very much for your time. I hope that was informative. And if you have any questions about the new degree in pharmacology at AIT, please get in touch with us. Thank you.